So their point of this technology was to be able to clone my personality and everything that I would do. And then they create these videos where everyone that they want interacts with one another. So that's why they have to keep coming up to you on the street and interacting with you so that they know exactly what you would say in every circumstance. And then their AI technology can create new circumstances. So, for example, if I always say, oh, I was in the middle of doing a video, like I just said in the previous video, then when they create their interactions with other people on their AI computer, they could know that I would normally say, oh, I was just in the middle of doing something. That's such a common phrase. They even just said this a moment ago. When we were growing up, and that's why they wanted to know what it was like when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and they were really like harsh. It has to be this exact date because that's how a computer thinks. A human wouldn't care, but to put it in a computer. So, like you would say, "Oh, I was just in the middle of doing such and such and such." So it's just common. But if they could say that I would say that, then they can prove that their clone of me is correct, which is illegal. But it's also something that we found out is used in scams. So when they're talking about, and I'm going to use their quote after the fact, meaning like if you do something wrong, then after the fact you try to make it right, they think that means something. It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, that's this is what I'm telling you. So they came up with things that I always do and I always say because they've been watching me over the years. Either they haven't done it, they couldn't have done it with this exact technology, but they've done it in some way, somehow. And what they would do is say that, okay, we can make it seem like I did something wrong after the fact. Meaning in the moment, it's fine, but using their way of thinking, they think it could seem wrong after the fact. Then they said, well, they can make themselves seem right after the fact. So yesterday they were really upset because they realized that they made a grammatical error over and over again. And that's their issue, which what do they do after the fact? Because they can't deal with their issue. They say, well, it's my issue. Well, it's not my issue. So when they were coming up with all of these they said match things up like they said compare and contrast, that's their quote, compare and contrast, match things up, meaning come up with something they've done to match what I've done. And they said, well, they want to know why everyone always likes me. Everyone doesn't always like me. They really don't. But in their minds, that's how they feel. So I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. They said, oh, I should go through a list and just subscribe to everyone so everyone can subscribe back. That's a mess when people do that. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to ask you, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.